It's Monday morning, getting ready for Good Morning World. We're easing into the week. Yeah, I know it's a whole week ahead of us. Thank God it's Monday. Like, Rory, Alec, are you crazy? Hey, listen, if this is not Monday morning and you're morning, nooning and nighting and it's not 8 o'clock, coming up to 8 o'clock in European time, then this is a replay and then just get on. You can jump the show. You don't have to wait for us. But if we are live, lovely, where are you watching from? Let me know. Send me a comment and we'll start the program. Well, it started in 15 seconds. Why don't we get cracking? We've got a great program today. Thank you, Lord. Oh, it's Monday, it's Monday, it's Monday, it's Monday.
With new cars getting bigger and parking spaces getting smaller, at Piedmont, California, an inventor has developed something to soothe the motorist's headache by putting the spare tire to work. He calls this device the park car and says it can be installed on any model. Watch how it works. Taking power from the drive shaft, the spare tire swings the rear end into the clear. Then he just retracts the spare, backs into the street, and away we go. It's handy for parking in inaccessible garages, too. Here's a narrow driveway, but with the spare tire put to work, the car can turn a complete circle in its own radius, and parking is simple indeed. Even the worst driver can make the garage without denting a fender with the aid of fifth wheel driving.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
All aboard!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Liftoff and the clock has started.
Four computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Good morning. Boker Tov. Good morning world. It's me, Rory, Alec. Whether you're in India, right across Asia, it's time to dust the sleep out the eyes and it's time to wake up and shine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Casting from the heart of Europe, it's me here in Austria. To you guys out there, a big God bless you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's time to celebrate.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's right, Jesus is alive. He's on the throne.
Nice to be in orbit.
And he loves you this morning. The chickens are up, the rooster's crowing. It's time for Good Morning World. Good morning, world. Me, Rory, Alec. Great to be with you this morning, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, world. It is Monday. It is the 7th of June. We are rushing to the middle of the year. Good morning to you, wherever you're watching. We've just gone past 8 o'clock here in Austria time, heart of Europe. Morning, noon or night, whenever you're tuning in. Lovely to be with you. I'm feeling a little bit in pain in my physical body, thanks to my stepson who's been here for a few days. We've been doing something called Insanity every morning. Yeah, now, while you let me know where you're watching and how are you physically? Are you in good shape? Because I most certainly am not. But, so my muscles and my body is in agony. And I know that sometime later in the mid-morning, he's here until Thursday. So this is Monday. I know I've got another insanity ahead of me. But anyway, maybe I'll share more about that on Good Morning World this week as we get into it. But celebrating humanity on this Monday morning. I know. Listen, to get to Friday, I know you want to get to Friday, but we have to go through Monday. So the most positive I can be for those who hate Mondays. I don't. I like Monday. I'm an optimist. But let's just look at it this way. If you leave Monday, if you go through Monday, you're going to get to Tuesday, then Wednesday, and then get to Friday, and then the weekend, and then we can do it all over again. But I do have good news on this Monday morning. Where are you watching from, by the way? It's lovely to see you guys joining from all over the world. I got a Twitter. I follow Dr. Jordan B. Peterson. Excellent brain, brilliant man. And a gentleman who's really seeking and searching. So I'm watching with intrigue. But I got this in the middle of the night. My phone went ding, 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 ding. God bless phones, right? Anyway, you should put it off, Rory, before you go to sleep. Child mortality in the United States. In the 1800s, 50% of children before the age of 5 died. In the 1900s, 100 years later, it dropped from 50 to 25% before the age of 5. And then child mortality in 1915 dropped to 10% before the age of 1. That's according to the Harper's Magazine, June 2021. And maybe this week I'll give the latest statistic in terms of where we are in 2021. But that's an encouraging story, how our children are living through those formative years. Thank God. This is a wonderful world we live in. And even in the developing nations, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but far fewer families in the developing nations are having more than 2.5 children. Now, I've never figured out why the statisticians or the data people or the scientists get to this 2.5. Okay, but maybe there's a half a person somewhere, but okay, you know where I'm going, right? But this is wonderful. So for all of those out there screaming, we're going to hit 20 billion by 2050, and I'm making up numbers now. The real number is far more realistic, and it can be backed up with data that we're probably not going to go much north of 10 billion people on the planet, and the planet is well capable to handle that number of people. So just some things to think about on this Monday. Listen, we're focusing on the ingenuity and the wonder of human beings. We're also going to meet a little man who takes Old Faithful for a walk, or is it Old Faithful who takes the little man for a walk? The little man loves walking through puddles, by the way. We'll talk about that. And Dad challenges Jonah and Evan to instruct in the making of peanut butter sandwiches. Yeah? Communication? We'll find out how these two do. I share a thought for the day from the Austrian Lake District. Beautiful part of the world. And we celebrate the ingenuity of humanity. This whole week I want to focus on how people are doing things. Rich, poor, in between, out there, making something extraordinary with their lives in life. And of course we're also going to be celebrating your birthday, if it is today or yesterday, because it is Monday, so we do Sundays as well. So all of that coming up on this packed, happy Monday. It's lovely to be with you guys. A bit more laid back today because, believe it or not, I know I might seem full of energy. I'm really not so full of energy on this Monday morning. So, let's move it forward here.
Good morning, world.
I love going through social media. Of course, there's a lot of, I'm going to say the word crap on Good Morning World. There's a lot of nonsense in social media. We all get that. But I also find that social media is a tremendous blessing because it allows me to see into the windows, or through a window, into the life of many different types of people. And
Unforgettable.
for example, here is a gentleman in India. And I just would like to watch him for a few moments. See if you can guess what he's making. Now, of course, some of you are very quick, and we're all very sophisticated viewers around the world. Believe you me, we're a very sophisticated viewer. But when I see this man, I admire him immensely. We're not in a rush. It's Monday morning. Who wants to rush for it? Right? We just watch this guy for a few months. What is he making?
That is what you want. Unforgettable.
लाइव आ रहा है महेंद्र जी लाइव आ रहा है
Simple fire, some coals. He's heating up some
Halka hai.
elements. No thermometer. There's no precise machinery. And yet this gentleman is making something that is unique. When you see the variety of what he's making, it's stunning. I love the feeling of peace. As with his hands, he's making a living for his family. In a few moments, the lady, thank you for filming this, whoever you are, dear lady. I appreciate it. I find this little thing interesting. She's going to ask the question after making a statement. She's going to ask how much.
Quite fascinating.
You're right, fascinating.
Look at the colours.
Beautiful.
How much are they?
Yes, ma'am. It's like 200.
And then here's a gentleman sorting out his pomegranates. Look at this. Just two simple pieces of metal, some boxes underneath. The top of the two metal bars, it's narrower, and the bottom, it's wider. Ingenuity. I love it. There is no electricity here. There's no power. Yes, I know it's limited, but still, mankind, humanity, are amazing in their ingenuity to get things done. So well done to you, sir, on sorting out your pomegranates there in India. And I'm really hoping this week, I have a feeling that I want to focus on India this week. And maybe it's a premonition or it's an unction. And so I will be looking to go live to India, various cities in India, hopefully this week. We'll see how it comes together. It's all in his hands. So I just wanted to share that with you. And there's lots more this week we'll talk about and share in terms of human beings. Amazing what we can all do. Doesn't matter whether we have a lot or whether we have a little. We can make a difference. I want to share a bit about the vision of Good Morning World right now. This is something I shared on the 10th of May last month. And by the way, this month, the 16th of June, I am doing a vision sharing time together. If you'd like to join it, just send me your email address, and I will email you. So probably the easiest way to do that is by going to the website and registering it. I think I have the website right here. I will change that. Rory, good morning. We've got all your names everywhere here, young man. Rory, Alec is right here, but I'll take the name away. And if you can send me an email to the web address, roryalec.tv, you can register your email address and say, look, Rory, I'd like to join you on the 16th of June for your vision casting. I'll very happily send you the link by email. So that's wonderful. So let's hear more about the vision and the mission statement of Science Off the Screen. Good morning, world. It is a time to bring encouragement to the nations. Entertain, encourage, edify, educate, exhort. Every morning we have breakfast. Every morning we've woken up, we've got out of bed, we've got into our usual routine. And I have this vision that I believe is from him, that we will have breakfast television. Breakfast television.
Good morning, world.
Thank you. Good morning, world, where we greet everyone in the morning. And it's morning television reimagined. You know, anxiety in a person's heart weighs it down. I'm reading here from Proverbs 12:25. But a good, encouraging word makes it glad. And the vision for Good Morning World is to provide a television service of encouragement, to encourage great living through great works. And the mission is producing daily digital content that encourages, entertains, educates, and edifies our audience to courageous living and good works that transforms life, theirs and others. And it's something I really feel strongly that as we get together from time to time, and some will watch Good Morning World, as I've experienced in the month of April, faithfully and every day, enjoying it. It becomes part of the routine. As one of my Good Morning World viewers said, you know, I enjoy Good Morning World with my brekkie. You know, I'm having my breakfast. Obviously, this was someone watching from the UK. And that is really what I'm hoping is that we all encourage one another with breakfast television that inspires. So the content that we bring, and I'll talk about it in a few moments, really challenges viewers, including myself, to really live that courageous life and to tackle those good works that transform someone else's life.
Good morning, morning, morning.
Talking about courageous living. You've been having a courageous life. No doubt, if it's your birthday today, I want to celebrate it with you and the Good Morning World community. But let's kick off on Sunday. For you guys and girls who had birthdays on Sunday, I got to stop my computer. It wants to just rush ahead. Let's start with Gordon. Gordon Patty, yesterday, happy birthday for the 6th of June. And Mike Smith, you too, sir. David Cosbin, Christopher Watts, Gina Lehman, happy birthday for Sunday, for yesterday. I know it says today, but it was for the 6th of June. I was preparing the show yesterday for today. So that's how it works. George Kavur, happy birthday, sir. The Lord bless you for yesterday. And Mary Marge, happy birthday. You, Linda, as well. Linda Schreiber Vidi, I hope you, ladies and gentlemen, had a fabulous time celebrating with your loved ones, your family, your friends, yesterday for Sunday, and we should definitely do today. It is Monday the 7th of June. Smart Alec, right? And we're going to kick off this morning with your birthdays. Tatiana Milwi. Tatiana, happy birthday. 7th of June today. Phil Duckworth, happy birthday, Phil. Names are all going in, I got to get the shoulder right, in that, there, the chest. Fiona Amanda Macy, in the chest there. Alison Brown, your name too. Happy birthday for this Monday morning, this happy Monday, 7th of June. Brian Gibson, I hope you're going to have a great day, sir, if you've not already had it, depending on where you're watching. I'm sure your better half looked after you very well in celebrating with your family and your friends. And Robin Sean Stanley, happy birthday as well. Names are all going, as I said, there over the right-hand shoulder into the chest. The last Friday of this month of June, we're picking out a winner from all the birthdays for the month. My Facebook friends, I salute you and I hope you have a fantastic day today. Well, coming up after the break, we're going to join the Darn It family. Dad Josh challenges kids. He says, write instructions on how I should make peanut butter sandwiches. I'm very hungry. These two little ones. Well, have a look at this.
Good morning, world.
You're not making any sense. He's already ruined it on purpose. He knows how to make one.
What's up, the internet? You know what? I'm hungry. I could really go for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Do you guys think you can write down some instructions and teach me how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Yeah.
Then do it.
I knew we were gonna do this. I heard Dad talking to Mom.
Choke yourself on my hand. Sometimes they do what you tell them.
Dad, I'm done.
Step 1. Get 2 pieces of bread out. Got 'em. Get a butter knife and get some PB. Take 1 piece of bread, spread it around with the butter knife.
No, Dad, with the peanut butter.
I'm just doing what it says. It says take 1 piece of bread, spread it around with the butter knife.
Hold on.
Get some jelly, rub it on the other half of the bread.
No, Dad, open the jelly.
Well, it doesn't say to do that. Put the breads together on top of each other. Take a big bite. This doesn't taste like a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Fail.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I had to make it extremely specific.
Oh, good. I'm starving. Take 2 pieces of white bread out of the bag. Take the lid off the jar of peanut butter. Get a butter knife and stick it inside of the peanut butter jar. With the knife, scoop a bit of peanut butter out of the...
That means like a lot.
A bit means a lot?
In my world.
Spread your scoop of peanut butter onto one of your pieces of bread with the knife. All right. There we go.
You're doing better than before, though.
Open the jelly jar. Squeeze it onto the other piece of bread.
Nope.
Done. Closer. Get 2 pieces bread. Get some peanut butter. Take the peanut butter knife. Open the peanut butter. Put the knife in the PB. Get some jelly. Open the jelly.
No.
Squirt the jelly onto the bread.
You're supposed to...
Take the butter knife with the peanut butter on it. Wipe it all over the piece of bread that's blank. Take the butter knife. Rub the jelly all over the piece of bread.
Oh, he's doing better. Oh. Oh.
It says all over. Put the 2 pieces on top of each other.
This isn't how I meant.
Take 2 pieces of white bread out of the bag. Take the lid off the jar of peanut butter. Get a butter knife and stick it inside of the peanut butter jar. With the knife, scoop some of the peanut butter out of the inside of the jar. Spread your scoop of peanut butter onto one of your pieces of bread with a knife.
No!
Squeeze some jelly onto the other piece of bread. Spread the jelly on the bread with the butter knife. Put your 2 pieces of bread, peanut butter and jelly sides together. Done. Get 2 pieces of bread. Get some peanut butter. Get some jelly. Open the peanut butter. Get a butter knife. Put the butter knife in the peanut butter. Take the butter knife out of the peanut butter.
You did it wrong. No.
Take 1 piece of bread and take the butter knife that has the peanut butter on it and spread it all over the top of the piece of bread.
Dad,
That's the top.
I mean the sides.
Squirt some on another piece of bread. Take the butter knife, rub it all over the top of the piece of bread.
I quit. You're not making any sense. Zari ruined it on purpose. He knows how to make one. I know, Evan. It's the joke. It's the game that we're playing. Oh.
Do you know how to eat a piece of bread? You want to take your sandwich with you?
Oh, this is really good.
It looks like a yummy sandwich. I'm glad I made that for you.
Can I have safe one with it?
Yeah, go take that one to mommy.
Okay. I edited a bit.
Take 2 pieces of white bread. Take the lid off the jar of peanut butter. Get a butter knife and stick it inside of the peanut butter jar. With the knife, scoop some of the peanut butter out of the inside of the jar. Spread your scoop of peanut butter onto the face of one of your pieces of bread with the knife. Squeeze some jelly onto the other piece of bread. Spread the jelly on the bread with the butter knife. Put your 2 pieces of bread, peanut butter and jelly sides together. Done.
Now eat it.
Not the best,
Well, you made it.
but
so
I think it qualifies. That's a win.
Woohoo!
Well, Evan and Johnna, did that go as you expected?
Yes. I expected to win.
Well, you sort of won. But really, I feel like we were all losers. Did you guys have fun at all?
Yeah.
There were at least a few points where it seemed like Evan was kind of having fun.
He's like,
Good morning, world.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm not having fun, Dad. I wanted to show that also because it just brings to mind how important communication is and how good are you and I in communicating. And I think it's lovely that Josh can teach his kids there fun. It's good fun. No, I agree. The peanut butter sandwich does not look too tasty. It's Monday morning. It's happy Monday. There's a whole week ahead of us to be fruitful and make great decisions and great choices and be a blessing in someone else's life. Lots coming up. Still, I'm going to be sharing a little video I found, and then I put it to the music of my wonderful wife. Her new album, Unforgettable, is coming out later this year. And I picked the signature track, Unforgettable, which we know, and I'm going to show how Old Faithful takes Little Man out for a walk. I love it. There's so much in that, and if you've got a moment, stick around. I know you've got to get to work in a few minutes, or you've just finished work, and you've got all sorts of things needing your attention. But two things happening. Firstly, let's go to the Lake District. I'm going to share a thought for the day, and we're going to see how amazing this little human being is, and you can just see what goes through his mind as well. But first we'll go to the big and ugly Rory Alec Moore, standing at the beautiful lake of St. Wolfgang in Austria. But we're here this week just relaxing. Carola and her sister inherited a little flat up here in the mountains, but we're here this week just taking a few days off, although I've been doing some work this week. It's been quite a busy week actually. Good week, fruitful week, and Carola's been doing a few things here, also helping her mom and her aunt and the usual business that we get up to here in Salzburg. But I found myself from time to time coming to the windows of the little flat and opening them up onto the outside world, and I just had this thought that I want to share with you guys, and it's happened to me quite a few times in my life, and I'm sure you'll have experienced the same thing, and that is sometimes using the weather as a symbolism or as a metaphor. Life doesn't look like what you think it should. For example, I open the windows and all you see is fog. You see nothing. You don't see any view. You see some barely outlined shapes of roofs of buildings, but you can see nothing. And sometimes life can feel like that. It can feel like I just cannot see much further than my nose, okay? And then there's other times when you open up and you get the feeling of, there's some sunshine coming. I think the fog might lift. I think there's going to be some clarity on the issues that we find challenging in our lives. I don't know about you, but there are times in my life where it feels pretty bleak and cold and miserable. And then there's times where suddenly everything just lifts. And for me, as I believe in Him, trusting Him as He leads and orders our steps, and sometimes we go through what they call the valley of the shadow of death. It feels scary. And there are other times where you see very clearly and you feel like you're on top of the world and you can see as far as the eye allows you to see. So if you're feeling like the fog has set in and you're never going to see anything again, don't worry about it, because as you open the windows onto life, things become clear. Inevitably, eventually, if you hold your nerve, if you just keep taking another step, just keep moving forward, you're going to find out that the fog will lift and it'll open up into a breathtaking view like we've had at this little flat here in St. Kilda. So that's my thought for the day. I hope you guys are well. Please do subscribe. I'd love to hear from you. Send me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. And if you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. That's the Schafberg. Remember that one? Vlog number on the screen here. I climbed from the little Winkel, which is just behind that hill, all the way to the top with my son, Christian. Monday morning, yes, he climbed to the top of that mountain. In fact, that was the tallest mountain I've ever climbed in my life. Went from the little village right at the bottom, walked all the way to the top, and nearly died. I do want to climb the world's tallest freestanding mountain one day. It is something I want to do. And it's something I want to do with you. You say, Rory, what do you mean by that? Well, I think, Good Morning World community, we can get more to the top of the world's tallest freestanding. No, India, it's not Mount Everest, which is in your back garden. I have no desire to climb Mount Everest, which is not the world's tallest freestanding. Note the word freestanding mountain. But I do have a vision that before I get to 60, I will climb Kilimanjaro in the heart of Africa, the world's tallest freestanding mountain, and in the process raise funds for some deep water well projects. So these things are bubbling away in my spirit. I also want to finish planting the 1 million trees I had a vision for many years ago, and we've planted 600,000 through the partners of GODTV in the nation of Israel. If you can plant a tree in any country, plant a tree. We have enough food for them. CO2. Barely enough. I'll talk more about that later on in the week. I know we've got to move forward. By the way, to those of you who are grieving the passing of someone who died on Saturday, the minister of the gospel, TB Joshua, in Nigeria passed on Saturday night. He'd finished preaching on Saturday night, and then later on he went to be with Jesus. Unexpected, coming up to his 58th birthday, if I believe it correctly. I know he was controversial in some ways, but blessed many, many millions of people around the world. Our hearts and prayers go to his family. I want to move now as we wrap up this Monday morning. We're just easing into the week here. This little guy, I call him Little Man, and I call his dog Old Faithful. Beautiful music of my wife in the background. But just watch this little guy as he makes strategic and vitally important decisions in his little mind, in his little world, about what he's going to do. And notice how conscientious he is about the responsibility he has, because he thinks he's got to take the dog for the walk. But I think maybe the dog is taking him for the walk. Let's have a look at this.
Unforgettable. That's what you are. Unforgettable, though near or far. Like a song of love that clings to me, how the thought of you does things to me never before. Good morning, world.
Super special there, that little young man. Wonderful. I hope you have a fabulous day. It's been great hanging out. Work smart, work hard, travel safely. And as you go through this day, encourage others like you would like to be encouraged. It's been great being with you. From me, Rory. I'll be back tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Until then.
Love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that little bell notification at the bottom. Every time we post something, you'll be getting it. To all my patrons, thank you so much for your support, guys. Without you, until tomorrow morning, lots of love. Keep smiling, keep shining. From me, Rory, Alec.
Welcome home. Beautiful, beautiful.
Good morning, morning, morning.